Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. This is IAllegedly, and I've got a good one for you today. A really good one for you today. I'm at Moss Point in Laguna, and we're going to cover a lot of stuff going on with the economy. And the Fed has to do more than just raise interest rates to help all of us. It's that simple. I'm going to cover all that today. Before I get into it, please take a second. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you get notified of everything that we're doing. Don't forget we have an email list that you can sign up for to get more access to me. And Patreon, if you want me to consult in your business or you just want to be part of the private network we've got going on, love to have you. Let's get into it, okay? There's a lot of speculation today with what the Fed is going to do with raising interest rates. And I love this because they have this 2-day meeting and today's the day. They're going to raise interest rates. And basically the market is priced in the fact that they're going to raise interest rates 0.5 point. Okay? Will they get crazy? Will they go 0.75 point? Who knows? Regardless of what they do, the Fed needs to take better control of this because think about what I'm going to tell you. The Fed has purchased, since all this quantitative easing shenanigans started, they purchased $9 trillion in assets. $9 trillion. How do they sell that? This is unprecedented. They've never had a situation before where a central bank has bought so much assets and has to unload them. Do they ever unload them? Can you imagine selling all that and just watching the market just completely tank and watching assets go down to nothing? I mean, it'd be crazy. So they have to work on, number one, what they're going to do to spur the economy. I, for one, believe that these people do not have our best interests at heart. I believe that they don't care that the middle class is doing okay right now. As I was driving here, I had to stop and at a drugstore, and I was right across the street from the Oppenheim Group, and they were filming that they have the Selling Sunset show. Now they're filming Selling OC. And as I'm there, I'm looking at this, and they're filming these realtors come out with, orange suits on and dressed really highfalutin with their Porsches and stuff. And I'm like, wow, is this bullshit? It's just nonsense. Because in the world of business, I could care less how these people dress. I could care less how anybody lives if they're not effective. As I grow my team, the best thing about this is that the people that I hire to work with me are the best people. And we sit down and we try to have a plan to work together to make sure that we're on the same page. Okay? So with that, I think it's the most productive way to do things, but I don't care, how people dress. I don't care the car that they drive. It means nothing to me. Now, maybe if you're buying a $5 or $6 or $10 million house, you care about that. But I don't think people really do in general. And, one thing I want to talk about too is that when channels grow, like mine, which I'm very lucky, I appreciate each and every one of you, you get these spammers that come out, they get blocked, they get reported to YouTube and the different agencies that I can report them to, but these people are relentless. And then they change their WhatsApp name, and people are getting scammed by this. And I had 2 people write me saying, hey, what's your WhatsApp number? You keep changing it. Guys, I don't have a WhatsApp number. I don't communicate with anybody via WhatsApp. I also, even if you write a hate comment to me and I respond to you and I think that you're the biggest imbecile in the world, I still heart the comment so you know it's Dan commenting to you. So understand this. I am the only one that can heart a comment. I'm the only one that can have a highlighted comment. So oh wow, that's Dan responding directly to me. And I try to respond to as many people as I can. You guys know how, there's days I get 2,000 comments in these videos, plus all the emails. It's very difficult, but don't fall for these people. Report them. People that do this, I truly appreciate it. It's unwanted spam. They're out there to fleece people, and don't take advantage of it. Don't fall for it. Now, crime is running rampant. I want to talk about, I have a lot of friends in Australia because of the medical device business, and they've had a lot of troubles over the health crisis. And there's been some great articles that have been sent to me that mirror what's happening here and what's happening in the UK. They gave out so many mortgages that were adjustable in Australia that people are finally realizing that they are up a creek, okay? There's a woman, article is below, Tara Higginson, that borrowed $510,000 for her house, and her quote was, God, I couldn't believe they gave that much money to me. And just like every other municipality and country, like they had here, there were different grants and different ways of getting money. She got a housing grant. She got 2 or 3 grants that totaled about 50, 60 grand when you add it all up. But when the smoke clears, she's got a real problem because she's got a second mortgage on the house. The first mortgage is an adjustable mortgage, which is gonna go up. And if it goes up at all, she's doomed. Well, guys, they anticipate there are 300,000 houses in Australia that have the same problem. That's insurmountable, guys. That is going to destroy the Australian economy, just like it's going to destroy the UK economy, just like it's going to destroy the economy here. And people don't want to talk about that, and that, oh, Dan, you know, real estate it's so good here in North Carolina. I get this all the time that people say this to me. So share your thoughts, guys, on all this stuff, because I think it's absolutely nuts. Crime in Australia, another great article below. People are robbing people like they've never robbed them before in Australia to get the simplest of things, to get food, and hurting people in the process. It is awful that they're living like this. I have a friend who has a garden in her house that's kind of elaborate. She's got raised bed gardens, and it's pretty cool. She hired this company that comes out and maintains it twice a month. They do the planning, they do all this stuff. It's really cool. And she hired them for a 6-month term so she could learn how to do it and learn how to maximize the space. Which I'm thinking, I guess that's kind of worth it. So this woman shows up twice a month and does all this with the garden. And she shows up the other day in her own car and says, listen, all of our work cars, our vans, have been destroyed because the other night they broke into the lot and stole 8 catalytic converters of all the vans, but destroyed all the vans in the process. Trying to deal with the insurance company right now is an absolute mess. I did that a year ago when they did that with my car, and my car was just, when they cut it off and destroyed it, and with the idiot that tried to tow it and ran the car, it absolutely destroyed the car the first time they started it. But that's what's happened. That's how bad crime has gotten. And again, I still don't understand how you can go buy catalytic converters, or somebody would walk in with 8 catalytic converters and that wouldn't be suspicious in any way, shape, or form. So share your thoughts on that. The problem with the Fed is addressed with many articles in this video that are in this description below. Take a look at it, guys. Tell me what you think about this, because I think that the Fed is completely out of control. The Fed is going to lose control of this. And if you don't think that we're going to head to depressionary times as a result of their actions, whether they meant to do this to us or not, everything is bad. The supply chain issues are bad. Everything points to real catastrophic problems in the economy right now that are not going to be fixed by these imbeciles that don't care. And again, stock market was flat yesterday. You're going to open it up today with everybody on pins and needles with what Chairman Powell does. And I would love it if he didn't raise interest rates, because things are so precarious. That would be the end of everything. But we need to rip the Band-Aid off, and we need to get to the bottom of all this and understand that no matter what happens, there's going to be a problem. Real estate right now, I love all the comments that everybody's given me, and the people that, I have an adjustable loan that starts at 4.99%. They're going to lower interest rates. You're an imbecile. You're an absolute fool. Just like these poor people in Australia, they're going to lose everything. The Bank of Australia just raised their interest rates for the first time since 2010. These people are freaking out, okay? And you know what? It's not enough, so they got to do it again. And they're going to do it again, just like they're going to do it here, and they're going to raise interest rates more and more and more and more and more. Okay? What's the answer to all this? Seriously. You guys think that everything's just no big deal? God, this is a beautiful spot. I think it's end of days, guys. I appreciate everybody that writes me from every different walk of life. But the most significant thing that happens right now, think about this. It's the accountant that says, hey Dan, I'd like to learn more about farming. I'd like to learn more about preparing and securing my family with food. How crazy is that? You guys want to have a business right now and you run a farm and you want to teach people, set up a class to do that and sell that. Make a fortune right now, because the average Joe, smart people that have jobs that sit behind a desk, that work with numbers and things like that, they're freaking out. Oh my God, should we store food? What should we grow? How big of a garden should we have? Can I grow a garden in my office? Can I grow a garden outside my apartment? You know, all this stuff is a concern for everybody. The prices of everything have gone through the roof. And the supply chain issues that they keep telling us are okay are not. Elon Musk had a great article sent to me. I have a friend that I went to high school with who, his family is in the fish business. The huge fish suppliers. And I loved talking to this guy because we worked on one of our high school reunions. And Jeff's a really solid marketer, and he had the marketing class. He had the class that I went to and took that personality test from. But Jeff was always a fascinating guy to talk to over the last 10 years because, hey, I'm in Thailand. Hey, I'm going to this country. I'm going to that country to look at fish. He was always traveling to the south, different parts of the country, but he was always accessing different fish products. And they're seeing nothing but problems with this. Elon Musk has done a good job with sourcing products right now, but he says it's an absolute problem that's 24/7 that people are not looking at. The other thing is Sherwin-Williams, the paint company. Got to give them props right now, because Sherwin-Williams right now said we're going to not be a victim of the supply chain issue. We're going to solve this ourselves. So they took their fleet of vans, and Sherwin-Williams is a paint company. I don't know if they're outside of California or not, but they've got these vans, bright colored. They sell paint. They have paint stores, but they're going and picking up product, making sure they can make paint, making sure that they can get all the dyes, all the oils, everything they need to make paints, and they're using their own staff that would normally be selling to retail establishments. They're picking things up and playing delivery boy, and it's solved the problem with them. So this is something that people need to work on in every aspect of this. And I'm telling you this right now. Look at everything that's below. Look at everything and the severity of what's going on. The Fed does not have our best interests at heart. The Fed does not care about the normal person, okay? And you can sit there and say, oh, Dan, you make money, you do good. Fine, okay? But I'm not rich. I'm not buying one of these houses. I'll tell you that, okay? You have to look at how you can make money and how you can protect yourself right now with everything, because this is going to get really ugly between now. It's going to have stages where it's going to get worse and worse and worse, and people are going to say, wow, I thought it was bad in springtime, but I didn't think it would get worse. Oh, it's going to get worse, guys. It's going to get so much worse right before your eyes. And again, everything I share with you guys is based on reality. Look at the reality of the stories below. Look at the people I talk to. And again, the food supply is a real problem right now. The food supply with these food distribution places that are getting burnt down and shut down and having problems, that should freak every single one of us out, to say the least. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff. One thing I want to comment on too is, with my voice, it's still a mess, but I have people that write me and say, listen, I know you love yourself, but it'd be nice to look at the scenery and not have to look at you. So can you turn the camera around? So the second half of this video, I'm going to show you more of the sights, and I'll take Dan and put Dan down in the corner for a little bit so you guys can see the beach and stuff. This is a beautiful spot at Moss Point where the tide's coming in. And again, guys, look at what you can do for free. Look at what you can do to clear your head. I have someone very close to me who is gonna pass away very soon. And as I sit down and think about life, and you think about the good people in your life and the bad people in your life, this is a one-lap race, guys. Live your life. Do what you want to do. If you want to paint, paint. If you want to write movies, go write movies. If you want to start your own business, you're kidding yourself if you don't think you can do it. Dan, I don't have any money. You don't need money, okay? There's grants, there's other things out there. But again, do what you want to do. Be happy and create your own happiness. Oh, my ex-husband's really a bad guy. Okay, great. Sorry about that. Go create your own dreams. You know, I tell my kids this all the time. You know, my daughter's moving forward with her career, and reality shows, writing TVs, all the stuff that she's working on, that's a big deal, guys, but that's her dream. That's what she wants to do. Do the same thing. Do what you want to do. Live your life and be happy, and make mistakes, fail, move on, okay? But you know what? The best day working for yourself is better than working from some ass clown that you do not like. Remember that, okay? I sat there today and had a meeting with somebody who is so incredibly talented, and I'm so happy to be working with her. But one thing she talked about is all these people that got in the way of her success working for them. So, in other words, everything that she was doing for them, for their team, they would put roadblocks in front of them. How stupid, okay? They're jealous of her talent. Crazy, okay? I could go on for another. Let me continue a little bit. Real estate is still the hottest topic out there. It really is. And right now, we're seeing experts say that real estate is overvalued. And you're starting to see hot markets that are starting to turn. And in my comments, you start to see certain cities like San Diego and Northern California where they're starting to have price decreases, and it's happening on a regular basis. Okay, let's just put that to the side. The next thing is that California, for the second year in a row, we saw a net loss of people moving out of California. And people hate this state. People hate the taxes. People hate everything about this state. The crime. They hate what they're not getting from the politicians, what they have to pay for, and they're moving to, can't get a good house. And which brings up a great article with what does $1 million get you? Now, that was what the average house hit here in Southern California, and the Register, the Orange County Register, where I got that original story from, has doubled down to show you what the average house looks like in getting $1 million house, and how, again, you can go to different areas of the country and spend $300 grand and get something insane. Okay, you got to work, you got to make money, but again, you can own a house for $300,000. It could basically be a mansion in certain areas of our country. So there's that. The biggest areas where people are moving is California, Boston in general, and New York. So it's Los Angeles basically is what they're talking about. People are exiting Los Angeles. The number 4th was the San Francisco Bay Area that everybody's sick of. They're sick of the crime, and they're sick of those areas and the problems that they have. So the other thing is that there's a heat map of the states that are having problems with drought conditions. There's that. There's also another heat map that shows markets that are overvalued, and that's in the video description too. And again, you need to look at this right now because people are starting to see it turn the corner, and people have to get into a house. Got to get into a house. I got to get into a house, and it's crazy to live that way because you're gonna own an asset that's going to be upside down. Now, what happened last time when things went south is that people had to short sell their houses. And when they short sold the houses, they had to pay a tremendous amount of taxes for those short sales. And people have sent me that were realtors and said, Dan, here's what people don't understand. You brought up the taxes on forgiveness of student loan debt, and I've had people already write me telling me I'm stupid because of that. But there's going to be a problem with these short sales that are going to happen. And will it happen next week? No, but it's going to happen. And with that, you're going to see an abundance of houses that will go down in price, that people owe a tremendous amount of money on. But be the alternative lenders, the people that lend hard money, the people that lend higher interest rate money, those guys are frothing at the mouth right now. They're doing great right now because they're out lending people money like they wouldn't believe just because they want to get into a house. And I'm telling you, don't do it unless you have to. What's the reason to buy a house now? Is there a tax problem? Is there something that's going on right now that you have to sell your house? Then you sell your house. You know, I don't think you're ever going to get the amount of money that you're going to get for it right now. I really believe that. But with that being said, you know, do the right thing, guys. Do what's good for you. Do what's good for your family. Do what's good for your long-term finances as well. Okay? Think about this. We have consumer prices. They say that they're over a 40-year high. I think it's over 50 years for consumer prices. And they don't want to say that. They don't want to say this is the highest inflation we've ever had. Oh, Dan, in the 70s it was much worse. Guys, this is it. This is so much worse than the 70s were. And this is out of control right now. Consumers are borrowing to their eyeballs right now with consumer credit. Consumer credit is growing at levels we've never seen before. And savings levels are dropping to the lowest levels in, guess what, 50 years. So you can't have everything. It's the worst start to a stock market in decades. So for the first part of the year, first third of the year, you know, wholesale prices are through the roof. Consumer sentiment, it's off. Manufacturing's off. Everything is off right now. Now, one thing that's very interesting is Elon Musk is talking about how he's trying to fix his supply chain issue, and that's a pretty fascinating article to read that. So I don't know if he's going to do it or not. With him buying Twitter, with the leverage buyout, here's something that's fascinating. He went to people that are large Twitter shareholders, like the founder Jack Dorsey, and said, hey, not so fast, don't just cash out. Stick with me a little bit and cash out half, cash out 25%, and let's see where we can take this thing. So there's a chance that there'll be people, some familiar faces that will be around. They'll be behind the scenes, but he's working on that right now. And again, I never doubted that this guy would raise the money. As much as I think that he's a clown and he gets a lot of things given to him that other people wouldn't get because he's Elon Musk, he's going to pull this off. And he's already talking today about how in a few years he'll take it public again. So there were speculation yesterday that he would take it private and keep it private and may donate it to the public good and make it be a free platform, which is insane. He's going to make money on this. And it may only be 2x, they say, but he's going to make money on this hand over fist. So there's that. Couple things that floored me. When it comes to labor and labor contracts, I did not know this until I read this story, which is included below. Delta Airlines, the flight attendants, they complained that they didn't get paid when you board the plane. They got paid, think about this, they would get paid from the time that you sealed the door shut to takeoff to landing, and then they don't get paid after that. It basically, hi, we're ready to take off. That's the time that Delta Airlines flight attendants would get paid. They reached out to the public, and 160,000 people complained that this was not fair, and Delta's pissed off now because they're saying, hey, wait a second, this is going to cost us, tens of millions of dollars a year in paying these people. Did you ever know? And are there any other flight attendants? Because I'm sure there's flight attendants that watch this channel. Do you not get paid? Like when I walk in and people are fighting about, hey, that's my overhead bin. No, it's mine. They don't get paid for that. So it's insane, guys. So share your thoughts on that, because I never knew that until I read this Delta Airlines story, and they should get that money. That's ridiculous if they didn't get that money. So share your thoughts on all this stuff. It's an absolute beautiful day before the end of the world. So Thanks for being here with IAllegedly. I'm going to finish this video with these last few stories. And Elon Musk again, he was freaking out, talking about how Apple is taxing the world with its 30% commission at the Apple Store and at the App Store. What do you guys think about that? I think that they're justified. Hey, buddy. Hi, look at that wolf. Oh, hi, buddy. So, 30% at the App Store. If you're lucky enough to get your app in the App Store, it's worth paying 30%, guys. That's my thinking there, because I've seen a lot of people do a lot of good things with the App Store. And think about this. I know a local businessman who sells fruit bowls and acai bowls. Brilliant businessman. I love Joe. He's fantastic. That guy's app has 800,000 people on his app, and he can send them messages all the time. So that's worth having, guys. It's a lot more than his email list. The next thing is the Waldorf Astoria. The Waldorf Astoria is converting hotel rooms in New York City to condos. And like everything in New York, it's taken more time than they thought it would. But how about this? The cost overruns to convert hotel rooms to condos, which the structure's there, guys. It's cleaning it up. It's $2 billion over budget. $2 billion bucks. So 2 years behind, $2 billion. Okay? Again, who wants to live in a box in New York City, okay, that they're going to sell for millions of dollars? Share your thoughts on that. Now, final thing is pizza. Domino's Pizza had its first losing streak and announced loss of sales for the first time in over 20 years. They would click off and have more sales year after year after year. This is the first quarter that they actually had a slide in sales of almost 4%. And it's concerning because now not everybody's buying Domino's Pizza. Do you like Domino's? I mean, it's one of those things, if you have to have pizza, I like their thin crust, but share your thoughts on this, guys. But is that shocking? You know, do you guys eat Papa John's? Do you eat Pizza Hut? You know, I prefer the private, smaller places. The pizza's 1,000 times better. So share your thoughts on that. Please do not forget to hit the like button. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Share this with everybody. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. I appreciate everything that you guys have done for the channel. I'm so happy everybody's here. Good things are coming. A bunch of cool announcements are coming. And I can't wait to share them with everybody. I will see you guys very soon.